Woo!
Baby shark do 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 do. Baby shark do 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 do. Welcome back do 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 do. Hey, woo! Welcome everyone.
My brain hurts. My brain hurts.
Just like
Depression.
just like chromatically going down. My brain hurts. Do 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 do.
It's like I'm like a broken record at this point.
Oh God! Welcome back everyone to our series Uno Truco Demonicos versus the Bung and Restless. For a quick refresher / update for those of you who weren't here for game 1 or have either completely forgotten everything that happened within the span of the past 5 minutes, the Bung and Restless went on for a reasonably convincing 32-minute victory against Uno Truco Demonicos. And
ring. It's the poll, and right now the Clumsy has a 5-vote lead over everyone else.
Clumsy has a 5-vote lead on everyone. Well, maybe this is caster bias, but I'm voting this thing right now. Okay, so I think we're gonna go with game 1 MVP being Clumsy. Then probably it seems pretty clear from this.
We just got an MVP.
MVP.
Oh God!
Alright, and we're gonna be getting right into picking bands. Those things get underway for game 2. Bung and Restless is going to be opening up with the Nivea band, game 2. Very sensible. Still targeting Hero Mars control mages.
Pretty good band, and once again, UTD still trolling us with that Teemo hover on the band.
Yeah, that York band being thrown down. Again, nothing too spicy there. Hillary Clinton loving to play the split pushers in the top lane. So you can see that game. They banned his York, but he whipped out the other split pusher. The one that gives him the big stick of justice, baby.
The Kane!
DK!
Open the gates!
The Kane's Lin band being thrown down by Bung and Restless here. Oh, wait, is that a... They actually do it? They actually banned Teemo? Okay, that's a Nasus ban. We have an update. It's a Nasus ban.
What?
YA apologizing profusely in chat. He's really sorry.
I'm sorry, guys.
I'm sorry, man!
I can't spell Teemo.
Pressure! It's getting to me! Ah! I mean, you know, Nasus 1 letter away from Teemo, dude.
Well played, sir. Well played.
My brain hurts.
I would shake your hand if I was there.
Morgana ban from Bung and Restless, and ban on a Menbung Zinzao being thrown down from UTD.
Yeah, my brain's actually starting.
I like how it's very convenient to say Bung and Restless, but we just been calling Uno Truco Demonicos UTD the entire series. We need a better acronym for them.
Oh, University of Texas of Dallas. There we go.
I was really tempted to open up the stream with, and on this side we have University of Texas. I mean, Uno Truco Demonicos. I was really tempted to do that, but I didn't.
No, honestly, you should have done it. Whoa, is that Kha'Zix pick?
Yeah, this first pick, Ezreal being thrown down by Bung and Restless, going straight into that Kha'Zix pick from UTD. Let's see what they got planned next. Is this next pick really is going to be the one that gives insight into their strategy?
So, do you think it's Kha'Zix top, Kappa?
All right, that's wow, very spicy draft already by UTD. You know, given that one of the strategies I've heard from Maye, his go-to game plan when he does this, he just wants to have fun. That's how he plays the draft. That's how he plays this game, dude. So you know, I think that's the plan in this draft. They're just gonna have fun.
He's just living a life, you know. You just gotta be chill. You gotta be happy.
Especially, I think that's especially applicable too, because we're in preseason, and so very good chance last game for them to try out that lane swap that they did with Maye and Hiromar, which, I mean, based upon what we just saw, really didn't work out. I can't argue for how well it's been going otherwise, or that it won't work in the future, but just based off that game, that didn't go too well. We're going to see the Jackson Tom Kench locked in here for Bung and Restless.
Honestly, I honestly think UTD should pick a mid lane first, so for Hiromar doesn't get banned out even more than if he's playing mid lane. Because I assume Kha'Zix, Maya's gonna play Kha'Zix. So I think Hiromar should pick mid laner now, so he doesn't get banned more.
Yeah, I would definitely suggest a control mage for him this early in the game, as his champion pool is a little bit limited. I mean, it's not bad, but I definitely think there are other mid laners in this match with a more expansive champion pool. But it appears we're going to be seeing the Thresh pick coming out here, trying to throw that down into that lane. So they really like that Thresh into Ezreal Tom Kench. Honestly, I don't know how necessary it is.
Yeah, with Tom Kench is gonna really help against the Ashe ult engage, so that's gonna be pretty nice. Unless, of course, Tom Kench is the one getting hit.
Ezreal Tom just looking like a super safe bot lane. They should definitely lose in pressure early on, as they don't really have enough sustain to be fighting against Ashe Thresh in lane, especially until Ezreal starts to get those item spikes, and we're seeing those Aria Urgot bans coming out from UTD and Zillion ban dropped from Bung and Restless. And here, eagerly anticipating what this last ban's going to be, as it appears it's going to be the Alawi ban coming in, looking to get more pressure for Hillary Clinton in that top lane.
Oh, Veigar coming in from
Veigar pick. And one thing to point out is it's very likely that Hillary Clinton's top lane pick still very likely up for grabs here, because there's probably at least a 90% chance that Jack's jungle is for Menbong, as that's one of his favorite champions to play.
Mm-hmm. Alawi ban wasn't bad. Nessus was definitely having a hard time, even when Nessus was a little ahead last game.
Yeah, still down 50 CS.
Exactly.
In the long run, it didn't matter because he stacked tentacles. But we're seeing an Azir coming out of Bung and Restless here.
Yo, spicy pigs. Dude, I love being Azir, not gonna lie.
Already on paper, very safe, controlled team, looking for that late game scaling. And one thing that I like to point out is I don't know how I feel about the Veigar pick here at all, because that's going to be mid, and the Azir was used to counter pick it. So I'm not a mid lane main, but on paper Azir should be able to outrange that lane and be able to scale. But here we see a Riven pick going to be that's definitely gotta be Wheels on the Bus top playing his signature Riven. I am so excited. Box V2. I am so ready. Box. Yeah, speaking of which, the V stands for Vita Milk, by the way. Buy Vita Milk. Seeing it swole, and you can be D2 like me.
I thought it was for Vita. That's do.
Dude, Vita. This do.
Sorry, I can't get it out of my head. You've done somebody put it in my head. Yeah. Now it's stuck there. I can't get it out. Help! I have phone. I can't get it out.
All right. So, analysis. These two comps can be starting out here. First thing that really scares me about this UTD comp is they don't have a reliable way of engaging onto this Bung and Restless comp, except for the Ashe ult, and Tom Kench can just eat someone and run. And Bung and Restless, Ezreal, Azir, having a lot of strong kiteback and zone control. Tom Kench being able to devour allies and save them from certain doom from UTDCC. Jax, Azir, both and Ezreal, all very scary late game champions. Jax with the power to duel anyone on UTD's team, and that Sion just going to be holding it down in the front line, making sure people don't get killed. Also, if it gets a little scary for him, Tom's there in a jiff. So I'm not sure how I feel, especially about that Veigar pick from UTD, because he's looking for zone control with that cage, but Bung and Restless isn't really going to be looking to engage these fights at all to where Veigar can get a decent cage. So I don't think it's going to have that much of an effect unless someone on their team screws up.
Right, I agree. The TBR is going to be very effective starting from mid game, right? And it's only going to get worse, but UTD does have Veigar, who does stack infinitely, and the damage is going to come in clutch as the game progresses more and more. The problem is, however, that if they do get to the late game, TBR has Ezreal, Jax, Azir, even Sion, who are going to be very difficult to deal with in the late game team fights. And TBR's team is designed to fight in a group setting, while UTD is more towards making the pick with Ashe ulti, Thresh hooks, and Veigar cage. And I'm not sure how Riven will fit into this, but I believe in the Box too, the second coming of Box. And having the cosmic damage should
The what?
I hope having the Kazakhs,
Right.
he'll be able to assassinate Ezreal, which I don't think it's gonna be likely since having the Tahm Kench is gonna be very annoying.
I feel like Bung and Restless overall has the much stronger comp because I think like pick comps are a real thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Picks happen because mistakes happen, but the issue is if your team's only way of winning fights, closing fights is picks, it gets to be really scary because not only do you have to win lane, but you have to play your pressure perfectly. Otherwise, you have no win condition in this game. If you to Bung and Restless, they're basically done. And
Right.
even if they win lane, they can still screw the. And the Bung and Restless having so many options. They can kite fights out. They can even engage fights if they get ahead at all, just because they have Scion and they have Ezreal so much DPS, and that Jack's going to be able to get onto that very squishy Ashe and Veigar backline with no escapes whatsoever, except for their flashes. And it's not like the only peel that is going to be on UTD at their disposal. It's going to be that Thresh Lantern.
Exactly, and the longer the fight goes, the worse it's going to be for UTD. Having the Jax Faxes that stacks up attack speed, having the Azir, having the 3 soldiers at the same time also grants you attack speed. Constant shield pressure, Ezreal, with the Ezreal just hurts. The more pokes, it just hurts a lot. And Tahm Kench being able to live longer with constant shield as well, and it's going to be a very difficult fight for UTD. I honestly think if Uncle Jemima would have taken Scion against their team, it might have been a lot more meta. That's just my opinion, though.
You know, as I analyze further back into this draft, I'm beginning to realize the true importance this Anivia fan signifies, as if you look at it, Hillary Clinton playing top lane for the Bung and Restless here. As we all know, Hillary Clinton coming off the back of that unfortunate election loss in 2016, meaning she's probably not going to have a very good time against walls, if you know what I'm getting at.
Oh, okay. Time out. Then why wasn't Talia banned, okay? Talia makes bigger walls, alright?
The bigliest walls.
The bigliest walls?
The bigliest walls.
My wall's gotta be the best wall that's ever been made.
Dude, I know we should. Dude, Hillary Clinton just needs to get on Orin so she can destroy that wall. Unbuild that wall. Unbuild that wall.
Free the people.
God.
What do you think Kaz is gonna upgrade level 6?
Upgrade was good. I know that was really good a couple patches ago, and I could see it.
Say it again. You were kind of cut out.
So the Spikes upgrade was good a couple patches ago, but I don't know how that's doing right now.
Yeah, I think Maya is really good at dueling 1v1.
Absolutely. One thing that gets really scary, Camouflage upgrade usually not the best level 1, especially after they nerfed it. And I don't know how strong the Q upgrade's going to be into their team, just because
they're so tanky.
Yeah, they're going to be looking to be clumped up in a team fight setting and kiting back as a unit. And they also have that Tahm Kench to... If Tahm Kench is positioning right, he should be sitting right next to those carries, ensuring that he can eat them at a moment's notice. So not only are they going to get saved from that Kha'Zix in a team fight setting, but he's not even going to be able to do as much damage to them.
Having that Tahm Kench pretty much shut down any assassination that Kha'Zix can do, which is really unfortunate. And I feel for Maya, because I do play a lot of Kha'Zix. Don't bet Kha'Zix against me next game, Curse. But the Kha'Zix, if he works, if he's ahead, he works. He's just that strong of a champion. But it's gonna be really difficult.
Interestingly enough, we see looks like Hillary Clinton is currently on the Tahm Kench right now, and the Scion sitting on Talwar though.
Oh wow, that's actually wait. We've been baited again.
Did we get baited again, dude? Is this the Tom Top? Like, actually?
I do know that Hillary Clinton plays Tom Top. I do know that. But I just didn't expect this to actually happen. Then let's talk about that real quick. Then Ezreal and Scion against Ashe and Thresh. How do you think that's gonna go? I think it's still Thresh and Ashe in having the pressure, but
Ashe and Thresh should be looking for that pre-6 pressure 100% in that lane because Sion not having the best base stats in the world, honestly, just because he scales so well and he has to have that W to get that massive HP scaling. So, Riot had to compensate somewhere. That's going to be in his base stats. And so that pre-6 going to be looking very strong for an Ashe Thresh all in, as the Ashe should absolutely be able to lay down constant DPS in that lane. So I think right where you're going to start to see this lane swing in favor of this Ashe Thresh is going to be. It depends, because you could use 2 different Ashe builds right now. You could be running the Essence Reaver full crit build, or you could be running the classic Bork Hurricane lethal tempo that we saw emerge like 5 patches ago. It's still reasonably strong. I prefer the crit build myself.
I think this team, I mean, I do like crit build as well, but I honestly think against their team, having the Bork will be super nice against Sion and Tahm Kench. The tanky as they are, and having the max HP damage constantly auto, and Ashe is gonna take lethal tempo too. So the more you auto, it's gonna be better with Bork. So I think
Yeah, that's very true.
Borky.
All right, so predictions. Who do you think's gonna win this match?
Looking at the comp, I feel like it's written that if the Bang and the Restless just plays the game in their favor, or just plays normally, that should be able to win ahead.
Because, TBR just plays the game. We should win.
I mean, not much mistakes are gonna happen, sure, but not giving any significant advantage to UTD, because if you give that advantage to Kha'Zix, especially Maya, who plays a lot of assassins, it's gonna be dangerous, even if you have a tanky team.
Yeah, this could actually get very. I think this one win condition that you could see for UTD is going to be seeing that Kha'Zix and Veigar start to snowball, and hopefully this Riven going to be able to get like a reasonable amount of pressure top lane, as Tahm Kench really isn't a matchup that she can all in or trade with very easily, but she can open up a lot of pressure on the map and keep that wave control going, and then they have a bot lane that will likely win in pressure before they get up. So I think UTD. I could see UTD winning this one if they play their cards right. Honestly, I want to see UTD.
I do as well. You're pause at 10, right?
Yeah, I'm paused at 12.
Pause at 12.
Okay.
Okay, I'm at 12.
I'm at 12 as well. Alright.
And we're up. Wait, okay. I wasn't even thinking of the baby shark until you said it. Maybe I'll do it now.
Baby shark, baby shark, baby shark, 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 baby shark, baby shark, baby shark, 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 baby shark, baby shark.
Baby shark.
The William Shark overture, dude.
Never a dull moment with these casters.
Never a dull moment. God. I think that describes our friendship, Hansu. You're a wholesome guy.
Ah, thanks. That's something that I cannot say on the stream, but thanks. Thanks.
Banned.
Where's my I'm getting banned today. Oof.
We'll be seeing this multi-point defense coming out over here from UTD.
Yeah, they really don't want to engage level 1. Having the
Restless clumping up in that bush over there, and now they're going to be spreading out, going to their lanes. Everything is there's no wolf seals this game. It appears we're going back to normal. We're resetting homeostasis.
Wait, did you really say homeostasis?
I just did.
The fact that you used the word homeostasis in a PMLCS game, I can't tell if I'm supposed to respect you or just be disappointed. Okay, I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
Is it big brain? Is it the biggest small brain you've ever seen, or the smallest big brain you've ever seen?
My brain hurts. My brain just hurts right
all
now.
All 20 of those IQ points really hurting, dude.
Man, I need to do some intelligence.
Maya sitting in this bush looking for this quick level 2 gank here. Very suspicious, but and Menbong just going to be killing this crab right here. He should be able to rotate right up. Maya and Wheels on the bus getting some quick damage on Hillary Clinton in the top lane.
Not
Menbong
quite what I
taking
expected, to be honest. Not quite what I expected, since Kha'Zix's level 2 isn't the greatest.
To put it bluntly, Kha'Zix's level 2 is freaking doo-doo. Honestly.
Yeah, you'll be right. You'll be about to say that.
And Menbong with that Scuddler information and that ward information just be knowing where Maya is going at every point in time, and they know the Kha'Zix is top, so it means their other lane should be free to play it safe for another good 30 to 40 seconds.
And top lane is currently pushing hard against Hillary Clinton right now, and Jax is that top lane. It's gonna get dangerous. Oh! Wait.
Ooh, a quick trade going down. We also the bus could be spit under tower, forced to burn flash. Oof.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I have to actually give props to Hoagie. Ribbon's a really difficult champion, but wait, Jax is ganking top lane right now?
Jack's coming back in top. I see blood. It's gonna be flashless Riven. This should be a slam, bam, thank you, ma'am. He just walks over there and slams him with that lamppost. That's gonna be clap number 1. First blood going off to Menbong over there as he walks back in his humble jungle. We see a hook coming down. Bottom to Jemima. Piper just gonna sit there. He ain't gonna flash. He knows, dude. He'll be fine. Piper doing a very good job holding that flash there, ensuring he can still play this lane safely, and he's taking that teleport on Ezreal, but we start to see trading going down in mid lanes. Clumsy Chocobo, sizable health, mana advantage on Hero Mars. He starts poking him out.
Dude,
really
I love watching Azir play. Seeing Azir in a team setting is one of the most interesting thing I see in GMLCS, or in League of Legends. I genuinely love Azir.
I agree. I mean, as an AD carry main, playing against anything that is another AD carry is usually like gloom and doom, but at least as a spectator, I can appreciate watching Azir. It's very rewarding as a spectator to see Azir play doing well.
And Azir isn't the best spot right now, if I'm correct, right?
Azir's pretty awful. He's getting buffed next patch, but
really?
yeah. I don't know. I haven't looked at patch notes, but I know it's happening. But the one time, like, both the viabilities for Azir going down here. But wait, hold on to that as we see a gank being thrown down bot lane by Menbong. Looks like we got some trade. Freedom Penguin looking for more on the Piper assistant Zawardo. Ignite being thrown down by Zawardo in that trade. And looks like everyone's going to get out mostly safe. Jemima looking for a hook in that bush. Piper gonna shift away though, relax. So back to that Azir pick though. There are a lot of things that make this Azir pick good here. One, it's team play, so immediately Azir is finally like not his usual 44% win rate useless self in team play, because play around on Azir, he can play around his zones, he can do that. Maya going in for some quick damage on Hillary Clinton, he's gonna get eaten.
That's not a good idea.
Yeah, this is probably not the best idea. He flashes away, Hillary Clinton going in for the 1v2 kill as Wheels on the bus going in. Tries to see him. The tongue slap! Hoagie's not winning that, but that's gonna be a 1-for-1 traded down. Obviously, very good job by Hillary Clinton there.
Yeah, Hillary Clinton coming in. When Maya comes in with a gang, he says, I choose your lick tongue and start licking him all over again. And it worked. He got a kill out of that 1-for-1. Like, when you got ganked, not bad of a trade, honestly.
Yeah, definitely very good trade. Maybe I'll finally get to talk about this Azir pick now. Jeez. Man.
But wait, there's more.
But wait, there's more! Just when you think he's out of soldiers, boys, we can do it! Billy Mays pops in, but wait, there's more! What? But yeah, this is Hierobar really low on mana. Clumsy Chocobo going in here. That's gonna be a flash! Oh, it's he back! Menbong jumps in. There are gonna be flashes traded all around. Very proactive job by Clumsy Chocobo, forcing out those double suns from that Veigar. Honestly, very good improvised flash shuffle back into him.
That was almost bad, but you know, forcing Veiga to burn that heal and flash was really what made it worth it. And Veiga's gonna significantly lose lane pressure.
Very much so, as Azir can just walk back, and once he gets his ult, just Shurima shuffle him, and Menbong's just chilling there, waiting in the wings, and I got words on him. Pretty spicy, and probably get a free kill, honestly.
Speaking of Shurima shuffle, who comes up with these names?
The LCS casting team.
Really?
I think that was the LCS casting team. I don't know who originally came up with Shurima shuffle, but
bomb name.
Gonna get traded on in bot lane as we see him walking away to the safety of his Thresh Lantern. Zawardo gonna start clearing that pink ward in the bush, gonna slap it. Slap it with that Lumberjack. Ooh, waiting for a quick hook. That one's gonna be dodged out. Clumsy Chocobo, going aggressive on Hiramar. And Hilary Clinton with a sizable wave control in top lane, looking for some turret damage on wheels on the bus.
And bada bing, bada boom. There's a demolition. Rock.
Demolish spicy mastery. Speaking of runes and masteries, that Halo Blades on Azir. Definitely not something that you see extremely often, but with those Halo Blades changes, they finally become reasonably viable on Azir, allowing him to get a quick few autos down in trades. It really helps out his early game much more than it did, especially into lanes that he has trouble poking down.
I would have to agree with that for sure. You know, it's funny. The first time the new runes came out and I played Azir, so I wanted to figure out what runes are possible, and I stumbled upon press the attack, which is a really bad idea. And I tried press the attack, didn't know it wasn't gonna proc in the soldier, so I'm like, okay, this is gonna be pretty cool if I can do that. So I tried it. It was miserable. It was awful.
That's sort of like, man, that reminds me of playing Azir in solo queues. We see Wheels on the bus going in for an all-in. He's going to get Maye coming in for the gank. Hilary Clinton with a fat taunt shield, but it's not going to be enough. As the kill goes over to Riven, and we're starting to see that Maye Jungle Kingdom start to take over here.
So not gonna lie, Hoagie, Hoagie has significantly improved in Riven playing. So I remember one time, I wasn't sure if Hoagie was drunk or sane. Either way, it's the same Hoagie. Hoagie just got into our Discord channel and said, this is when the Oriana skin for the reward was happening, and Hoagie was just like, I'm gonna main Riven. I'm gonna be the next Buckstock.
Hold that thought as we see Clumsy Chocobo getting ganked by Maye in the mid lane, and here the kill. Maye is gonna clean that one up with a quick kill. Benbug going in with a flash, but here gonna stopwatch out. But Benbug gonna clean up that kill anyways. There's just not enough damage from that Kha'Zix to help Hiramar out of that sticky situation there.
You know, fortunately, Clumsy Chocobo being in the middle of the minion wave, and saw the Kha'Zix went invisible, did not think to back up at all. Because having that passive for Kha'Zix, really amplifies the burst damage that Kha'Zix can inflict on enemy champions.
Yeah, one of the best ways to help survive that Kha'Zix damage if you're stuck in a situation like that is to be able to stand in that minion wave and ensure that Kha'Zix does not get that isolation proc on you.
Right. Still a lot of damage, and unfortunately, Clumsy does die, but at the end, Jack cleans up the kill, ultimately ending in 1-for-1 for both junglers.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of focus in general on the jungle pressure this game, as most everything that's been happening is for jungle ganks. But as we see Uncle Jemima going in on Zawardo, Maye here gank, and Zawardo ulting back in and queuing and flashing out. That
my brain denied. I mean, yeah, but I don't think ulti was necessary. I mean, I guess I understand safety first, right? But was it necessary? Probably not. But you know, better safe than never.
It's like you remember when Twitch actually another gank mid going in. Hiramar gonna get CC'd up by Menbong, but Hiramar with the turn onto Menbong, taking that tower shot, eating the entire Veigar combo. That is one dead Grandmaster, and Clumsy Chocobo looking for the flash in, but gonna be missing the soldier. That's gonna be unfortunate.
So you forgot about me, bitch. I am Viger. I burst people and coming in with the worst mistake you ever done. It is I, Vigar.
Yeah, Wheels on the Bus gonna be eaten out, thrown back into Hillary Clinton's minion wave. He's looking for the all-in, gonna flash out though to safety.
You can still win this.
He can still win this. He can go in. He's got that shield. He doesn't want it though. He's scared of that Tom.
Hoagie.
He respects the lick. He doesn't want the lick.
Oh,
wait, he's going back in with the shield. It's a whoa, the shield. The all-in coming down before Hillary Clinton can pop his gray health into the shield. And as we look mid, Maye going in for the kill on Clumsy Chocobo, but he's staying on that minion wave and a clean shove and a clean E outwards in order to save himself from that Kha'Zix.
Hoagie. That was so hype. Oh,
for those of you that don't know, Hoagie's Wheels on the Bus, by the way.
Wheels on the bus.
Wheels on the Bus.
I'm so
Wheels
excited
on
about
the
the
Bus.
game.
Wheels on the Bus. Kill. Keeping with our children's song.
I'm going to go dies all through the top. I'm sorry. I'm having fun casting. How about you, Chris?
I'm having so much fun casting.
Oh, that unfortunate double pink ward.
Double pink ward for when you need all the vision. Clumsy Chocobo gonna be going aggressive on Hiramar again as he's jumping in. It's looking really scary, but Maye reshuffled into the turret. Wait, that is gonna be the point blank flash from Maye. But it doesn't matter.
Went through the. I'm confused. Oh, look at that.
Gonna be looking at the Maye for some damage. Gonna be spiting him up. Maye looking for that kill. He's holding out. He's getting the heck out of there. As Medbunk forced to run to safety. This is Vagar. Ash Arrow going wide.
My eyes.
Ash Arrow going almost as wide as the Bears football in that final field goal. Rip Chicago Bears, by the way. Too soon. Maye going in, cleaning up that kill. So, yeah.
Man, that was quite unfortunate Ash ulti, and oh boy. But you know what, Maye still got the clean up with the kill, so I guess it's not all too bad. What do you think about TBR needs to do in order to catch up the game?
Bung and Restless really just need to chill out in order to scale. Like, there's no better way to explain it, as honestly, UTD starting to amass a sizable lead in top lane, and mid lane Hiramar getting that kill down means he's equal footing with Clumsy Chocobo's Azir right now. Both of those picks very strong scaling, but could be really sketchy against any sort of late game Vagar play, especially if he gets fed. And Cloud Drake going to be going to the way of UTD, extremely helpful for that Kha'Zix.
I agree. Yeah, I personally like going Nimbus Cloak on Kha'Zix because they synergize really well with the his ulti.
Clumsy Chocobo are going to be going on to Hiramar, completely Shurima shuffle back. Medbunk looking for the cleanup. That's going to be the flash combo on him. And Hiramar going to go down.
Not bad. A pretty solid pick, I would say, coming from TBR.
Yeah, absolutely. Hiramar just overstepping his bounds a little bit. Bung and Restless have complete control of that quadrant, so Hiramar having no way of knowing that Jax is there to kill him, and unfortunately it does bite him in the butt as Uncle Jemima looks for a hook onto Preseason, and that's gonna be an Ash ult going down. I want this. That's a lot of damage. Zawaru looking for wait, another hook! And that's gonna be a defensive ult use as Freedom Penguin flashes in for the kill, and Preseason is Zawaru gonna be trading a kill down on Uncle Jemima. Uncle Jemima auto-attacking that ward, but Zawaru waiting out that Thresh. Playing him back in. Wait.
Hoagie.
There.
No.
Meanwhile, in top lane, Wheels on the Bus getting ganked by Medbunk and going down.
Wheels on the Bus had 5 seconds until the ultimate came back. That would have been the turn of the century.
The turn of the century.
Oh, that's actually unlucky. As Maye would say, unlucky RNG, honestly.
Also, as Maye say, winnable.
Hey, I say winnable, come on.
Maye says so much, dude. If you played with
Oh, I play with him.
Wait, he hasn't said winnable recently that much. I think about it.
Speaking of Maya, I played the support against with Maya as ADC, and I kept on eating the cannon. I kept on taking the cannon, and as a Tom Kench, I would just eat him, and I will kill the cannon, and I'll let him go again.
Look what you did to Piper as well.
Yeah, no, I also did it for Julio as well. I said I'll send your support.
And while we were completely bantering, Tom Kench and Riven gonna be finalizing the kill onto that first turret.
That's gonna be really...
Actually, that wasn't the first turret. Just another top lane turret.
That's gonna be really good for TBR though. Opening those lanes up is gonna give a lot of pressure towards bot that you can't lose the bot lane turret for UTD, because otherwise the entire map will be opened up. But this also means for TBR is they have pressure from Rift Herald right now. Wait. Yeah. The TBR has the pressure for Rift Herald right now.
Yeah, 100%. And so if you're Bung and Restless, you have a lot of options here. You can be faking that bot pressure as it is the last outer turret and just chilling, and then setting up for that Rift Herald solo. Or for Medbunk to start getting that Herald, but we see Maya and Wheels on the bus sitting in the bush looking for a gank onto that Tom Kench as he walks toward, and that's going to be flashes and crashes as Hillary Clinton going to be taken down again by Maya's continued topside presence. We're looking for that top lane dominance here.
Having that kill pressure with Riven definitely helps a lot. With Maya's already really strong, and Riven is getting stronger with the items. And having the top lane pressure constantly really leaves Tom Kench behind even farther than he was before.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that, simply because Tom Kench versus Riven is really one of the flashpoints of this match. As we see Maya and Hiramar looking for a quick engage on Clumsy bot mid lane, but that's not gonna work out.
I would also have to disagree. I have to disagree with the Tom Kench first item. He should have went Sunfire instead of Rod of Ages.
Yeah, not a fan of that. I can see Rod of Ages Tom being a good meme, but like that's really all it is. A good meme. And especially in this situation, Tom Kench just really needs to be able to survive that lane phase and not give the Riven the resources she needs to be able to open up that split push win condition against Bung and Restless, because if you look at that team, like with Wheels on the bus and Menbung at equal footing, that fight could be going either way, but as both champions are highly centered around dueling, that means, generally speaking, whichever champ is fed is probably gonna win.
It's also weird that how Tom Kench got Merchants instead of Ninja Tabbies. I understand that going in Merchants can help against Biker Cages, Thresh Folks, and Ash ulti, but at the same time, if you can't win or at least stabilize your lane, you're gonna have a harder time being relevant in the later games because you're not gonna be as tanky as you could be. And I think getting the Ninja Tabby and also having Sunfire Cape would have helped Tom Kench significantly, as the Riven wouldn't have done as much damage.
I 100% agree, as it looks like UTD are going to be setting up on this dragon and taking it down. One Dragon League going to be going in, but we see them going in for a quick engage. Clumsy Choco going to be CC'd down, but Maye perhaps overstepping his... Oh wait, no, he's good. He's good.
No,
wait, big hook on the Piper! Wow. Oh, Menbung going to be taken down diving as we see another fight playing out over here. And then Wheels on the bus going to get eaten up. Uncle Jemima. Hillary Clinton getting mocked by 3 of them. More outstanding hooks from Uncle Jemima.
Honestly, both games, Thresh has been the catalyst of the team winning the team fights and stabilizing the team fight, or whatever. Thresh has been the playmaker and team saver in these 2 games, and I really appreciate those picks. And if you look at Thresh, he hasn't died yet.
Yeah, I was really giving credit. I was really giving credit to this game for Maye and Wheels on the bus for some very scaled interactions in the top lane, but aggressively going into this game like another hook onto Piper.
Yo, somebody stop this man.
Freedom Penguin gonna be Freedom Penguin walking forward, going for another hook. He just doesn't miss, man. He just doesn't miss, man.
He said, I got you on my side. Come back here.
Omae wa mou shinderu.
Nani?
Maye and Freedom Penguin looking for more CC. Hillary Clinton perhaps overstepping. Vance's to get CC'd up, but Clumsy Chocobo free his ear damage on the backline, mowing down Maye, perhaps looking for more here as Freedom Penguin and Uncle Jemima run away with their lives.
Yeah, that Cosmic was doing a lot of damage to Tom Kent, which going back, that not having that early armor item and not having Ninja Type really hurts. Tom Kent from any sort of damage from Vivian, Ash, or Kha'Zix.
See, Clumsy Chocobo looking mid with the shuffle, perhaps messing up a combo there, but Menbug out in his jungle for Hiramar here. He's going to get eaten up by Hillary Clinton. But he wants more, he's going back in. Piper, Arcane shifting over the wall. That's going to be a Baby Cage thrown down as Clumsy Chocobo goes in and he's looking for more. He wants Hiramar. He was going to get him.
Yeah, he's an ADC. He didn't even take with the soldier. He said, forget you. I'm going to make all the work happen myself. And he just went on autoed 4 times in a row without any help with the soldiers. That's what
Look at me. I am the carry now.
Look at me. I am the king now.
Clumsy Chocobo. He's doing all he can, man. They're not gonna go. They're going quietly into the night, dude.
I feel
Fucking
sorry.
Restless not giving up this game.
No, this is still in the bag. They're only 2K gold deficit about.
100%. Their scaling comp is definitely going to start becoming very scary as we start to transition into this late game. And with only a 2K gold differential, one slip up could be his pick-based comp.
Exactly. And then if you look at the towers are the same actually. The top turrets are gone, the mid turrets are gone. The only thing that's remaining is the bot lane tower. Unfortunately, the blue side tower is taking a lot of damage. But
He's in that bush looking for damage on the Zawarudo. That's an ult gonna be thrown down by Freedom Penguin. Zawarudo just gonna be running out of there, throwing his weight around like an NFL tight end, dude. He's getting out of there.
Hey, see what ass Zion. Goodbye. Sayonara. Have a nice day.
Yeah, out of all positions I could have picked, you know, linebacker, like any sort of offensive or defensive lineman at all, I picked tight end.
Hey, good thing I play soccer, right?
You mean football?
Oh, football!
Football!
Very nice! Soccer.
You gonna tell me Kazakhstan is #1 anytime soon?
#1.
Oh, Blitz. But bot lanes are going to be going the way of UTD right now, and they have opened up all outer turrets on this map, and they have a sizable chunk of damage dealt to Bung and Restless mid lane turret, as Yirmar going to go up looking for the last hit on this turret, and it looks like Bung and Restless might not be in much of a position, but wait, Uncle Jemima caught out, and he's going to be forced to flash. Menbung just can't seem to find the completed engage onto them.
Run, Viger, run!
Yirmar going to be caught completely out on the back line as the entire team tries to run, but
well, he's out. He's actually out.
it's so tough to chase. It's so tough to chase a Vagar though. He just drops. He drops W's and turns the entire way. But Zawarudo gonna be sitting in that bush, waiting to CC Freedom Penguin up. But he's gonna get Baby Cage and drug in, and looks like. Oh wait, Hillary Clinton there to save him. Gonna spin him out. Another hook coming in from Uncle Jemima. That's gonna be dead on Zawarudo. As Maye takes down Clumsy Chocobo on the side and getting chased by Menbug. Zawarudo finally going down over here as Menbug looking for the 1v1, and Maye jumps out, and now Menbug got some work to do as he's going to have to turn tail and run away from the rest of UTD. Oh man, he's going deep. He's going into the jungle. Ward hopping onto the blast cone. They don't... Not the blast cone, the scrying, or they don't care anymore. They want Dragon.
Hold on, I believe Maye just 2v1 the enemy bot lane. TBR's bot lane. Maye just got a double kill. And this is what I'm talking about. Kha'Zix ahead is really scary. And having the CS lead in the jungle, having the kill lead.
Yeah, exactly. And we were talking about that mistake factor this game. Definitely very real, as Bung and Restless not being able to set up their battle lines there, not being able to have either of their carries within the safety of their Tom Kench, who currently has Rod of Ages and won't be thinking that much. But regardless, not even having the Tom Kench W there to save them means that Maye's just walk in and abuse them.
Honestly, Wait, that's actually really interesting. Mai chose to get Death Stand instead of any other lethality item first. I personally love going Yumus for that mobility, which also going back synergizes really well with Nimbus Cloak. That's just me. That's just my personal opinion. But
yeah,
Death
Yumi's
Stand
Nimbus
is
Cloak.
benefit.
Yumi's Nimbus Cloak, very smart choice on that champion. But if you look at the comp from Bung and Restless, I think that Death Stance is going to prove to be very useful in these duels, especially with a lot of the consistent damage coming out from that comp. And in addition to that, both of their carries have the ability to build second item armor items. As you see, the Zanya's coming out for Clumsy Chocobo and the Iceborne coming out for Piperissus, means that Maie's lethality is going to be more of a liability than a help to him, especially as we start to transition into late game.
I mean, to be fair, if you look at the armors right now, the only one that really has full armor is Tom Kench. Right now, Cyan's building Sunfire Cape, but no one really has that big chunk of significant armor right now.
That is very true. And Menbung was sowing that Baron, but Jemima and Freedom Penguin catching on. That Ash Hawk Shock used for that Baron vision. Menbung forced to flash out. Go back topside now.
Pretty unfortunate flash you have to burn right there.
Oh yeah, 100% you do not want to have a flashless Jax, especially against this team comp from UTD that is starting to get to the point where Jax can't exactly just run into the back line and hope to kill them and get out. Uncle Jemima looking to pressure that blue buff, and Menbug gonna have to smite it away to save it. So Clumsy Chocobo now sitting without a blue buff. And as we look onto Hiramar got a blue buff. That's expire in like 20 seconds, but...
So remember how we talked about Ash build in the beginning of the game? He's in it now. He's taking Bork and Runin, which I think is a better choice against TBR.
Oh yes, 100%. Generally speaking, like, me personally, I like the crit build here, but I still agree with your analysis. I think I would build the Bork build here, honestly, because there's just no other way you really survive against the very super strong Bung and Restless damage they're able to put out.
Right, and having the Bork active as a mean to kite is gonna really help Ash as well, kite.
Especially against this flashless Jax next fight, as likely Menbung's gonna have to prioritize Hiramar these next fights. Wheels on the bus seeing Menbung, that's gonna be a 2-level advantage for Wheels on the bus, and he's be looking to take this fight as he ults in. He's gonna flash out those Clumsy Chocobos with Maie. Maie looking in. Hillary Clinton gonna eat up Menbung, and they're gonna do a quick turn onto Wheels onto Bus.
That is exactly the pick they need, but not the macro they needed as well. They the enemy team, the UTD, has taken the second tier turret, and now it's going for the inner.
Yeah, and Tom Kench gonna ult him in, but they are gonna throw down the baby cage, and Tom Kench forced to eat Clumsy Chocobo. Thank God for that Tom pick, or else it could get really friggin' ugly right about there.
Viger started to pump out a lot of damage as well. Right now, currently he has about the what's his stack? 179 bonus ability power. Viger stacks one at a time, and finishing the death cap. Woo! It's gonna increase it by 30%. Woo! It's gonna be alive.
While we were doing our professional level analysis down there, Piper getting collapsed on and killed bot lane. Apparently his E didn't go off. Upright games.
Yeah, we don't. This is the Christian channel, so we don't swear. No swearing, please.
That's what we say, uck, dude.
Yeah, that's the way we say uck. All right.
Uck, bro.
Uck, bro.
Uck.
Oh. Honestly, I can say uck all day, dude. Such a fun word. But,
Uck's pretty good.
Yeah.
I could also say lick all day. Hillary Clinton going into that bot lane, just licking those main.
Lick my balls.
God dang it, dude. Come on, man. What do you mean?
I'm sorry. And the it seems like UTD is getting another dragon right now. Eventually getting that two air drakes and 2 cloud. Wait, I'm confused. 2 cloud drakes and 2 ocean drakes. Oh my God, what the heck?
Yeah, massive drake advantage right now for UTD. That Kha'Zix pressure really turning up in spades for him. In terms of interesting item choices, Uncle Jemima with that Frozen Heart on Thresh. Any thoughts on that?
Rosnar, I think it's gonna be really good against Azir and Jack because Azir.
Hold that thought. We have a fight being thrown down as Menbun going in. Gets TC'd up. Freedom Penguin in front line, getting ulted and slaughtered by Zawardo. Hirmar on the flank, Wheels on the bus going in, looking for a big kill. Maye in the back line, destroying Piper. His Wheels on the bus going in, killing Menbung. Maye going down with Clumsy Chocobo. Zanias from Azir. Zawardo zoning away. Wheels on the bus finally going down in the backside. His Uncle Jemima hooking on the front, and Hirmar going down.
I'm actually confused how.
Wait, there's more. Maye's still running.
I honestly think. Oh, goodbye. Sorry, see you later.
Yo, I would say Maye tiptoeing in his Jordans out here to get out of that one, but this is more of jumping in his Jordans. That man got like a 20-foot vertical right there. Holy moly!
This man's using steroids. He's like, let me get out of there. No sweat. EDP, let me just take a little tiny leap of faith, and there it is, Lantern. Lantern out to safety, boys. Lantern
yeah, dude. Safety. Hitting level 11, using that Kha'Zix enhancing drug on his leap means he's going to be going super far now. Kha'Zix steroids, boys.
And Maya finishing up with the QWE max on Kha'Zix upgrades. Having the Void 90% so when isolated is going to be devastating when you get hit by his spikes.
Ooh, that's going to be not fun to play against. Especially if you're Clumsy Chocobo or Piper, because neither of them appear to be in an extremely good spot in terms of defense. But wait, Zawardo ulting down mid. He's caught Freedom Penguin again. Beta Cage's gonna be thrown down to save and flash out by Freedom Penguin. Hillary Clinton going down on the backline. Freedom Penguin ulting, get out. Wheels on the bus going in, try and protect him. But it's gonna be a rough fight for him as he just gets mobbed and tagged. Maye, though, looking around here to distract him. What's he got? He's got absolutely nothing. He's just gonna walk out.
The Cyanante really forcing the enemy, the Freedom Penguin, to flash and heal just to get away, but ultimately getting Riven in the kill. In the process, the Riven kill. Oh my god, I can't talk. Ultimately getting Riven during the process. Holy moly, guys, I suck at casting.
My brain, help! Your brain can't take all this amazing action going on in this game.
This game's so good. I just want to marvel in awe.
Oh yeah, I really do. So, another contentious point to talk about is that Death Dance Spear of Shojin, currently Flavor of the Month build on Riven.
That's right.
So, what do you think about it? What do you think makes it so strong?
It's like, oh wait.
Oh wait, they're walking in. Zawardo getting a good Q down. True Strap Barrage from Ezreal coming out. We're seeing a teleport coming down from Wheels on the bus on the other side. Clumsy Chocobo got the zone control with his soldiers, so it's gonna be really difficult to push into the Zawardo sitting in the bush, and Maye looking for more damage. Be difficult to find. Wheels on the bus still sitting on the flank, looking for an opportunity. Hirmar out here. Wheels on the bus, maybe getting a little caught here. Gotta flash out. Hirmar throwing down Baby Cage there, so we're gonna be fine.
And there's a lot of teamfight prep, but nothing happened.
Very much so. A lot of safe fighting. Really looks like both teams cooling down the jets, turning on some Bob Ross and elevator music. Just gonna be looking to make sure we finally stop dying this match, because we have a lot more kills.
That's like me going on a date. You expect something to happen? Nothing happens.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
You're a girlfriend though, bro.
I know, but nothing happened.
I don't know.
They know.
And here Mar looking over the bush, but AC, and they got a ward on that. Baby Cage throwing down on much back. Clumsy Chocobo getting some zone control with this Azir turret. There's gonna be an ult from Piper going down there. Uncle Jemima looking for a hook over the wall. Please, somebody scan that ward. Please. Then gonna be cut off with Baby Cage. Eaten out by Hillary Clinton's gonna be safe. They're looking to pressure this Azir turret. Maya gonna be leaping out. He's getting scared.
Viagra doing a lot of damage right now with the meteor. Getting dangerous out here.
100% gotta be very careful where you step against this Veigar. He's starting to get to the point where he's gonna be dropping those 3-second 1,000 damage comet bombs from the sky.
I really want to say something, but I shouldn't. Okay, I'll self-restraint.
Self-restraint? I know where it's going. You better not say it.
Self-restraint. We'll
be seeing next point of contention coming up. Gonna be an Elder Drake this fight.
I wasn't gonna say it. I just thought about it in my head and just leave it at that.
Maya's sitting in this dragon pit. They're gonna be looking. They're gonna be thinking. But what's gonna happen?
That Elder Drake's gonna be. That Elder Drake's gonna be really good for Maya's team.
Oh yeah, absolutely. 4 Drake, Elder Drake, nothing to scoff at. Zawardo walking in trying to get some ward control. Chomsy Chocobo throwing down that soldier, getting some poke damage on the Maye. This is your zone control. This is your zone control. Really important in general. One of the big reasons that corridor fight from earlier couldn't continue. We see Uncle Jemima getting the hook over the wall, but that's really not going to do much. Back to my previous thought, that is your zone control probably being the major contributing factor to why that fight in the jungle didn't go as well as you expected it to for UTD. And we're going to be able to see what this zone control can help do here at this Elder Drake fight as one wrong move from UTD, and that's going to be a field day for Azir and Ezreal.
Yeah, I would have to 100% agree with that. And Uncle Jemima just landing hooks after hooks after hooks. I'm a fisherman.
Jemima highlight reel. Maya going in, looking for some damage onto Hillary Clinton. Gonna be quick. Zawardo just ulting into the wall and doing nothing. Piper looking for an ult. Oh, good flash out by Maya. He's gonna be pretty safe. Clumsy Chocobo throwing some soldiers with the Zelda Drake, trying to get it started up. Harass, but this sideway pressure gonna be looking a little scary for Bung and Restless. That's gonna be some lost farm top lane if UTD doesn't properly respond. And Menbung taking advantage of this to go out to Baron and get some quick boards on there.
Yeah. Newsflash, by the way, the Sion ulti does not break walls. Does not break walls. By the way, the more
you should pick this man Orin so he can break down Talia wall. I hope Sion ult is Talia wall. That'd be sick. Dude, what if Sion ult could break down walls? That'd be so sick.
That would make sense.
That'd be so scary.
Isn't it called what's Sion's ulti called?
Unstoppable Onslaught.
Yeah, unstoppable. It's supposed to be unstoppable.
Unstoppable Onslaught. He's unstoppable, not unbreakable.
Yeah, hello? No amount of wall should be able to stop Sion. Hello.
When an unstoppable force meets an immovable object, it's just a wall.
Who would win? A giant man who runs about 100 kilometers per hour.
It's okay, you can use the rewards. Here, why dropping a baby cage? That's gonna be a QSS drop for Piper Izzes. Walking forward into that. That's gonna be a crucial cooldown to look at for this next fight, as one Ash Arrow or Dark Cage onto the Sensor could spell doom for him, unless that Tahm Kench is waiting in the wings to save him. Menbung chilling in this Dragon Pit. Can they make anything happen off of this? Probably not. Just leap out.
That is a question of the day.
We're seeing some more Bob Ross and Chill going down. Out here in this Elder Drake pit.
Real quick, let's look at the current CS for both of the teams. They are starting Elder. Actually, I'll hold into that thought until.
Yeah, let's hold up. We're gonna see a fight. We should be seeing a fight break out. Zawardo engaging with the Sion. All baby cage can be thrown down. It means it's difficult to follow up on that. But we see the Yash kiting back. Uncle Jemima having trouble on the back line. Zawardo gonna be got massive low. That's a massive ult back from Clumsy Chocobo. And we're gonna start to see Vigor's raiding kills in this fight. That's gonna be some massive damage thrown down.
Wow, that is not the way I expected the fight to happen.
Oh wait, Wheels on the bus flashing over the wall. That's gonna be a play on the Clumsy Chocobo. He is down. He is dead. Looks like this Elder Drake is going to go the way of UTD, winning the fight and grabbing the 4 Drake Elder with a 4-4-1.
This is extremely bad. They just had a 5v5 fight, and UTD ended up losing only 1, which is Kha'Zix, and TBR lost the 4 of their members, including the jungler. Now they're heading to Baron to finish with the empowered attack with the Dragon buff.
Yeah, absolutely scary. We're going to start to see this Elder Drake Baron buff coming through here, which is pretty much the best way to ever end a game, as long as you don't screw it up. So, you know, just get this, you're back, you got your TP on your Riven, you run this Riven down top lane right now, get her that side wave control, and she's sitting in a good spot with that. She's sitting in a good spot, 5 turrets to 2. She's got some decent amount of CS, so you should start to see that 4-1 coming in from Riven. Or alternatively, you could just get that wave nice and shoved, so you start getting pressure in both lanes and group for a 5v5 mid. I'd probably suggest the former against team comp with Bung and Restless, though.
Yeah, I would 100% agree with that. And having that, send Riven top lane, having the Kha'Zix to mediate between the top and the mid lane, as UTD's 4 group pushes mid lane in, pressuring double towers from top and mid lane, I think will be the most efficient way to use Baron and Dragon buff.
Gotta watch out for the. Gonna be difficult to push into this poke from Bung and Restless though. And major point of contention is Azir perhaps not the strongest wave clear in the game. Despite having very good wave clear, it's going to be difficult for him to be in a position to consistently throw damage down onto these minion waves, as it's tied to his basic attack, essentially. So it takes him time. Irmar sitting in that bush, taking some big bad damage from Piper Izzes as this Ezreal finally coming online after 3 items and a lot of deaths later.
Yeah, we're slowly approaching the point where CS does not matter as much anymore. Even the top lane and jungle of UTD has a lot of CS. Doesn't matter, the team is snowballing really hard with the kills and pressuring the towers over and over again.
Very true, as we're starting to get to that 6 item point in the game, but
oh, look at that.
Just having tons of trouble holding this off. Rita Pego just walking up and getting free autos. That's a hook onto Hillary Clinton. That's going to be a kill. And Irmar just blowing up Piper. This is really fun and exciting game for the AD carry here.
There has to be a game. GG, well played.
Yeah, that's probably like a clumsy choke. We're getting exploded in base by Irmar. And that's going to be the GG coming out as UTD takes down the Nexus for a Game 2 victory, trading that series 1-1.
What an exciting game. Both games, actually.
Oh yeah, absolutely. 2 very exciting games. And it's crazy. I've seen this phenomenon happen a lot, especially during this preseason in the PMALC. And then one team will just get completely blown out of the water, and then they will go into Game 2, and they will pick a comp that looks significantly worse than the last comp that they used, and then they'll just win for some reason.
It's the reverse psychology.
It really is.
Your team comes worse. Just kidding. We're more comfortable with this champion. I think honestly, having Maya in the jungle with the assassin really helped out.
100%. He looked so much more comfortable than Irmar did on a Mumu.
Thank God.
Oh yeah, Maya controlling so much of that early game.
Especially top lane, making sure the Riven is still relevant towards the later games by constantly ganking the Tahm Kench in the early games. That was really wise choice by them. And having the Ashe and Thresh bot lane to constantly pump out damage was also a really good choice. Ezreal and Sion unfortunately couldn't do really anything against Thresh and Ashe's pressure, ultimately making them being more behind and as the game progressed.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that was a very entertaining game. I had fun. It's fun.
I had fun.
Next round, who do you think sealed MVP that game? You know, I think there are a lot of very good options, especially because it gets very difficult because Maya did a very fantastic job of controlling that early game tempo, but then Irmar emerging in the late game, just absolutely blowing people up when they misstep. But for my money, I gotta give it to the man who single-handedly. Okay, I won't say single-handedly. I'm just hyping him up now. That's bullcrap. But honestly, his playmaking turned most of those fights in the favor of UTD, and I'm gonna have to give it to Uncle Jemima with his amazing Thresh hooks.
I 100% agree. I was going to mention either Uncle Jemima or Maya. Not to say that everyone else played poorly, but Uncle Jemima and Maya stood up more than anyone else in the team. Maya with the constant pressure top lane, making sure that Riven is relevant and making sure that the back line, the ADC, is constantly pressured to be wary of the assassin towards the team fight and the late game fights. But ultimately, having the Thresh constantly making hooks and picks is what changed the team fight. Having the Thresh to save with the lantern, and also I rarely saw him miss a hook that game.
Honestly, yeah, like I'm sure there are probably a decent amount of hooks that he missed that we didn't watch, but like every hook that mattered was hit. And it's not about hitting all your shots. It's about hitting all the shots that matter.
Yeah, exactly. And he hit those shots that really matters in the team fight or the picks. And if you look at the score, 1-0-12 did not die that
Didn't
game.
even die. Deathless game.
What a great game by Uncle
Yeah.
Jemima. I think both games Thresh played really well in both of the games.
Look at these damage charts. Freedom Penguin pumping out a massive amount of damage on that Ashe. I think that's a statistic we have to look at here. And one of those factors, especially as you can see, I think Freedom Penguin playing these team fights very aggressively, honestly, and pumping out the maximum amount of damage. And that's why you start to see those moments of lapse throughout the mid game where he got caught out and just completely Scion ulted and destroyed in a couple team fights from time to time, just because he was playing those team fights so aggressively and looking for that massive deeps down onto Bung and Restless. But
That's
overall, he also had some very good moments that game.
Yeah, I kind of feel bad for doubting UTD's team comp. They made it work, and I am genuinely proud of their work.
I don't feel bad at all. But at the end of the day, better
surprised me.
team wins. Yeah, at the end of the day, like you play better, you win the game. Like TG just flat out played better that game. So
yeah, 100%.
I honestly, it more than overcame the comp differential that, in my opinion, they drafted themselves into.
Alright, so we have Uncle Jemima with 8 votes, Hirama with 3 votes, Freedom Pink with 2 votes, and Maya with 1 vote. I think we're gonna go ahead and close the poll because I don't think anyone's gonna catch up with 8 votes in short amount of time. So
It happened. Freedom Penguin. It happened once. No, it happened twice, bud. I was watching. Sorry, I'm an AD main. You can't get this past. You can't get this past me, dude. I'm sorry. I'm too observant, which is to say I'm not observant at all because there were so many fights you played so well, and I didn't even mention any of them except that last one.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So we're gonna hop down. We're gonna get right into interviews. All right, so we get a. All right, perfect. So, Clumsy Chocobo and Uncle Jemima, welcome. Clumsy Chocobo, our MVP from Game 1, and Uncle Jemima, our MVP from Game 2. So, we'll start out with a bog standard question. Clumsy Chocobo, how are you feeling?
After.
In general.
Oh,
what did you think of the
series? Let's see here. Could I play Game 1? Right, Lissandra.
Yeah, you played Lissandra Game 1.
Yeah, Lissandra was... The Game 1 with Lissandra was interesting to me because I wanted to play more aggressively, but I know the Lissandra meta is to go, Aftershock and just CC them to death, which isn't my playstyle usually, but whatever. It's whatever the team needed. But I got a couple cool of ults on the backline, so that's nice. And then Game 2, I was heavily overconfident, seeing as Hiramar couldn't do a thing to me in the early game. So I died a couple times to the Rage Cage once. I just kept coming back to lane. Just a big oopsie on my part.
So you just say you're throwing, right?
I drew my 30 CS lead after 2 kills, 2 assists. So yeah.
Yeah, you're still pretty good throw.
It's a pretty good throw, if you ask me.
Solid throw, dude. 10 out of I rated 5 out of 7 throws.
5 out of 7, bro.
5 out of 7 throws.
Before we move on to other questions that we may have, chat. If you have any questions for these two MVPs or anything about that game, go ahead and write it in the chat so we can ask them questions.
And while you guys are doing that, Uncle Jemima, how are you feeling now?
Feeling good. Didn't think that I would ever get an MVP for support, but I guess here I am. So. I played top. I think this is the first time I've ever played another role in the PMA LCS. Granted, it's preseason, but I know it feels good. I mean,
it's
support was my original main role, so it's kind of cool to flex the muscles back. Yeah.
Wait, we're both back on our main roles now?
Huh?
So we're both back on our original main roles?
Well, I mean, technically, I'm a support main in every single aspect of the game. I just play top because top lane. And we have a million supports in this league, so...
Well, I only played the in-team jungler because I needed to improve my my decision making as a mid laner when I got to like plat 4 or 5 or whatever that one time.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
that didn't
honestly,
really improve me much. But hey, whatever.
All
It's all
right, so
it's all relative.
Anyway.
question number 1 from chat coming in from Maye. How can I bait you more, Uncle Jemima?
You can't because I didn't die that game.
Damn.
But seriously, I mean, I guess go in and not take the lanterns and then get me killed as well. I don't know, like that's pretty much the only way.
Yeah,
Or make sure that I don't have flash up whenever Scion ults and hits my carry instead. That's another way that you can bait me pretty hard.
your Thresh was really clean that game.
I appreciate it, man.
I'm surprised you didn't die. I was kind of secretly hoping you would die just because you have a 1 death counter, but you played that game really well.
Yeah, man. Yeah, Thresh is just one of those champs for me that that just clicks. Like with hook champions like Blitzcrank and Thresh, it's all about timing, and that's what I'm just really really good at. In general, I'm just really good at timing aspects. Like even with Alawi and Test of Spirit, like you have to land. That's a skill shot that you have to land. That's very similar to a hook. So I just have a lot of champions in my pool that have that little tempo and that little timing deal to where I can hit those skill shots. So yeah, Thresh is pretty safe and whatnot. The Scion pick was a little spooky at the very beginning, but once we kind of figured that Ezreal wasn't a lot of pressure or just didn't really have the kill pressure on us, it didn't really matter what the Scion did. Even post 6, didn't really ult in the lane for fear that Piper just couldn't follow up on the damage. And then once Piper started dying a lot more in the game, like you start to see in lane Scion support isn't really that effective. In the mid game, however, he's a huge monster. He was their best engaged. I think, yeah, he was like the best engaged tool that they had, and that really shows in the mid game. But it kind of, in my opinion, I don't think it's worth for AD carry just to die because you can't really do anything about it. So that's just my opinion.
So honestly, I think you are the type of player who likes to play a lot of playmaking champions, and I appreciate you for that because not a lot of people can play those playmakers. Because either they try to pop off and it just doesn't happen. You played very consistently throughout the game, so kudos to you. That being said, I do have 2 questions. One for Maya and one for both of the teams. Number 1, who is the worst shot caller in your team, Sebastian, and why is it Maya?
The reason why he's the worst shot caller on the team is because he tries to make a call while he's like 30 feet in the air with Kha'Zix dying into a dive for no reason, and then he tries to shot call on a gray screen, so that's kind of awkward, but no, I mean, he's getting better. He's slowly getting better.
You know, not gonna lie, chat, can we get that a 5 out of 7 Maya? I'm sorry, 5 out of 7 Manes. Can we get that in the chat, please? That being said, the second question is for either team. Is there a compositional choice that you could go back and change from your games that you think would have turned the tide for your side? It's by Jumper J.
No choice. Can I choose what I wish the other team didn't pick?
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah, I suppose, yeah.
Sure. So
They could have been a ban, perhaps.
From my point of view, we should have looked at the Vanguard being a possibility because that baby cage was the biggest cuck to most of our engages. So we had to literally walk around it when Sound went in, and so that's like 5 seconds of us not doing any damage and him taking free damage that we can't follow up with.
Yeah.
But besides that, we would have been fine with the exact same comp on each side if we just had someone else instead of the Vanguard there.
Yeah, I mean, Julio hit it right on the head. Our thought process with Vanguard is that, you know, we didn't have... oh, by the way, huge shout out to Hoagie playing the Riven top, dude. He was actually a monster. Sebastian, and that is an absolute goddamn beast. He had so many good solo top lane that like relieved so much pressure. Like huge.
We were rooting for that, dude.
Yeah. Sebastian, if you watch the VODs, you will see me fangirling.
Trust me, we will. But no, yeah. Julio hit it right on the head. Like, we originally were trying to go for the Xerath pick because we know they wouldn't ban it until the second rotation. But then we kind of thought about it, and Dylan was like, "Well, I can play Vhagar," and then we automatically thought that was a better pick because of just the fact that it takes so much space. So now you have like a huge pick potential with the Kha'Zix, with the Vhagar, and then with my Threshook. That like when you filter somebody in through a certain space, like they can only go in one direction, and that's honestly I owe a lot of that space where they can't be to the fact that I can hit the Threshhooks. Because I know where they're not going to be. So therefore I was a lot more effective.
I just had an idea of how we could have actually worked around that. Fuck, I'm stupid.
You know what's actually really funny? When you said, "Oh, I could play Vhagar," you know what that reminds me of? You know the old El Paso hard and soft tacos? It's like, why don't we have both? And everyone was like, lift the gorilla. That was Hirama right there. Yeah. So, how did you guys feel? But this is both for Clumsy Chocobo and for Sebastian. How did you feel during the game? Is there anything that you felt like your team needs to improve on, or is there something that you thought that your team was confident or was good at? Can you share those thoughts?
I'll let Julio go first on this. I've been a bit.
What we do well.
In general, what's your thought? Yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna answer, I guess, both the good and the bad from my point of view of the team. The question about what we do well, I would say really working around the information that me and Sean can provide to the team. Like me and him are always calling out junglers here, junglers there, top laners roaming here, mid laners backing, probably looking to come here. Support's got this going on. So me and him communicate a lot with the team. What we do, what we could improve on, I would probably say being more decisive in our, I guess, decisions, because that includes like engages, like when to kite, when to fight, when to ward, all that stuff. So yeah, that's where I think we are as a team.
How about you, Sebastian?
So I think what we need to work on first off is just overall macro awareness. Because even in game 2, we were kind of just doing nothing the entire time while we were all at Baron. Like, we were trying to find a pick at the Baron, but at the same time, it's like, well, they know we're there, so they're not really gonna face check, and we actually lost a fight there. And it was finally until Dylan was like, "Hey, let's leave," and everyone's like, "Yeah, all right, yeah, let's just all go." And yeah, it's just that macro awareness of like, hey, we didn't get the pick that we want. We need to back up and reset and try again later, rather than like keep trying to force the issue, especially in a pick comp, because it deals a lot with the fact that they may not know that we're there. But I think one of our greatest strengths as a team so far is just the fact that we can feed off well. Whether it's me or Cody in the bot lane, or Hoagie and Cody in the bot lane, we just all feed off of each other very, very team synergy wise. Like, we don't tilt at all. Like, after the first game, we were like, shit, well, that didn't work. All right, let's just let's keep on going with game 2. But like, no one has like any negative energy or anything like that. So I think just that lack of negativity is really, really valuable to teams.
Right, especially in preseason too, where it's more towards experimentation. Having that mindset is going to be really helpful.
Also, what is this preseason bullshit? This is like, I first heard of that just before the games today, and I was like, huh? So you're saying I shouldn't really care right now?
Yeah, so no, I mean, it's to just check play with your team. That's really what it means.
I was like, why am I playing? Just let me go to bed instead.
Anyways, it is pretty late. We're gonna wrap it up. We're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. Before I give Chris Vitalis chance to wrap everything up. Thank you, Julio, Clumsy Chocobo, and Sebastian, Uncle Jemima, for playing tonight. It was an awesome game for us to cast. Congratulations for being game 1 and game 2 MVPs. It was amazing to look at. It was fun for me and Chris, Vitalis, to cast the game, and hopefully you guys, your teams will be more prepared and better off when the actual season starts in the future.
Also, just really quick, for those of you that don't know, sorry, putting my mod hat on. For those of you that don't know, week 1,
Mod abuse.
the official start of the season will be next week. So all the other games that are scheduled for this weekend will be preseason games. However, by next Wednesday, that is when week 1 will start, and that's when we will, start taking stats and all this other stuff. So just make sure to be prepared. So if you don't already follow us, make sure you follow us so you can catch all the games and everything. Or if you haven't added us on Facebook, we generally we post almost every single day there. So make sure that you guys know that these next weekend games are still preseason. Next week will be the official start.
Accept my friend request.
And that being
That's when I
said,
answer
we're
your
gonna
question.
go in and give things to Chris to wrap everything up.
All right, yeah, sounds good. So, all in all, fantastic series. Very fun times had tonight. I'm happy that all of you were able to be here with me and Hansu tonight to enjoy a relaxing night of PMA League of Legends.
I don't know about relaxing, but
So, thanks everybody for coming out, and we'll see you again tomorrow with some more action live on PMA LCS. All right, goodbye, everyone.
babe.